Hey guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. I don't know why I do that hand thing, but anyways, chill. For those of you that are new here, I'm Memu, and if you haven't subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button wherever it is. But yes, so also if you guys hear noises in the background, it's because I'm recording this outside because I was too lazy to move around the things in my room to like create light and whatnot because I have to open the curtains and that's just on its own. So yes, and if you see people passing by behind me, just allow, guys. I'm outside, like people are always like moving all over the place. I'm sitting on a pillow because I wanted to be a bit higher than I was last time, so I hope this to it. Today we are having story time because last time I was asking you guys what you think about me doing a story time, so here goes. It's my first time doing one of these, by the way, so if I'm boring, please forgive. I also feel like I live quite a boring life, but it is what it is, man, right? Okay, so today's story: how I got mugged and almost lost $500,000 kwacha worth of hair. Yeah, it's actually true, guys, and this happened to me last year. I think it was like 2 weeks before I came back to school, so let's dive in. So the thing is, this is like me telling you like the genesis. Someone's listening to Celine Dion at this time, guys. Please, if you're heartbroken, I'm sorry. Anyway, I think you guys can probably hear it because it's pretty loud. Anyway, so as I was saying, me and my sister, we have a hair company. It's called Crowning Glory. Like all the hair I'm always wearing is from Crowning Glory. Check it out. Check us out on Instagram. By the way, I'm gonna put the handle down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't do that on Instagram, but anyway, yes, you get what I'm trying to say. So me and my sister own a hair company. It's called Crowning Glory. We're co-owners, and the thing is, at first we used to buy hair from Ghana, and then last year we had just ventured into buying hair from China. So I think it was during my sister usually, like, she's usually the one in charge of like picking up the hair when it gets here from the shipping agent and whatnot, because we hadn't like fully found out the logistics of bringing hair into Malawi and whatnot. So she's usually doing that, plus because she's in Malawi, so yeah, like it just makes it easier. So what happened is that this was the second time around. So she was like, you're gonna have I don't know where she was. I think she was out of town or something, but she was like, Memu, you're gonna have to what? You're gonna have to go and pick up the hair. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I was like, where is it? And then she's like, Zingwangwa. And guys, I have never been to Zingwangwa, like by foot. I always go with someone, either my mom or but I've never been there on my own. So that day I was in town with my friend Emma and whatnot, and then I'd met my mom, and then she was like, are you sure you can like make it in time to go and pick up the hair? I'm like, yeah, no problem. I just need to like get to the place, pick up the hair, and then like I'll take an eco ride back home. Eco ride is like Uber in Malawi. We don't have Uber in Malawi, so we have eco ride. Eco ride is like Uber in Malawi. So chill. First of all, this is where things started going wrong. I left Emma and my mom at around, I think it was 3 or 4. Then I had to do something else in town. I just can't remember what. I think I either had to pass by my granddad's office or something like that, but like there was like a gap period that I did something that like ended up making the time go really late. So now it was like 5:30 or something like that, and I didn't know how to get to Zingwangwa, so then I had to start asking those guys Kuchin. Kunsiga, like, what bus should I take? Jani. And then the guys gave me, and this lady where I was supposed to go pick up the hay, the way she had texted me her directions, as if it's straightforward. When I just drop off, her house is literally by the stage. That is how she had given me the directions. Cool. I get on the bus, I drop off on the stage that she told me to drop off on. And then I'm texting her, and I'm like, dude, I can't find the place you're talking about. And then she's like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, now you have to walk. And I thought like, okay, you know what, it's like a 5-10 minute walk. That's Ghanaian, so if you hear strange language, just allow. So I'm like, it's probably like a 5-10 minute walk, and it's gonna be chilled and whatnot. Guys, I walked for like 20 to 35 minutes to this lady's house, like to find the signpost of the thing she told me to find. Fine. So I was getting angry. I get there, I drop off, and I'm like, I knock on the door, on the gate, I mean. And then the guard comes, and I'm telling him that I'm here to pick up a parcel, what. And this guy doesn't even let me into the house, guys. He goes like, let me call the maid. So he goes back in, he calls the maid. The maid comes. She's like, what I was at, Annie? Basically, that's what are you here to do? And I'm like, oh, I'm here to like pick up my parcel. I'm Faith's sister and whatnot. And then she's like, hold on. And I'm still outside the gate, guys. These guys didn't even have the courtesy to like offer me a seat or tell me, like, do I look like a thief? Like, you could have just told me come in and sit. Like, even if they did take me inside the house, but like I was literally just standing by the gate, like open pesa or something like that. Cool. This lady goes in, she comes back out, she's like, Madam Mati Mulembe Zina. She's like, I should write my name down on a paper. And I'm like, are you people fine? Are you okay? Fine. I write my name, and I'm still waiting outside, and this lady takes like another 30 minutes to like get me my hair. Then she brings it out, and then I was like, oh, thank you. And then I'm asking her, I'm like, thingy, where do you guys get buses this side? Because there's still buses moving around. So I'm asking her, like, where do you guys get buses this side? And then the lady's like, what? Hey, it's where you dropped off. And I was like, I am not doing that. So I called my Echo Ride, and then he was telling me that he's not available and whatnot, like the guy we normally call. So I'm like, okay, fine. And then I tried calling my cousin, because he's like, okay, he's my uncle, but he's like my personal chauffeur. So I tried calling him, and then he's like, no, I'm not around. So now it's like, oh snap. Now I tried calling another Echo Ride, and then like that wasn't working either. And then my sister was like, oh, there's this other Echo Ride guy, let me call him for you. And then she called him for me. So now I'm waiting for the guy, and then he's like, oh, I'm on my way, but the thing is, there's traffic. He was buying Jamba, but then there was a lot of traffic. You guys know, like rush hour, like people are going back home and whatnot. Yeah, so there was traffic. So like, oh, okay, cool, like I'll just start walking slowly up to you, because like the place was looking a bit scary. And everywhere I go, people were like, hey, be careful, hey, madam, and things like those. And I was like, no, it's cool. So I started walking. I walked up to some robot's place. So I was like, oh, okay, I think I can stand here. Plus, so it was like the robots, and then I don't know how to explain it. Commando, there was like a house like 10 steps away, and then the house, like outside the house, there were like these slabs. But then I don't know if you've been to Nkolokosa. Okay, if you've been to Chitawe before, you know how the houses are, like housing houses, you know how they are. So outside the gate of one of those houses, there was like a slab where you could sit. So in my head, I'm like, let me just sit here to rest. So I'm sitting, I was listening to music, and I just bought like a new pair of earphones that day also, guys. And the Malawian in me, my earphone. So like I was feeling myself, like I got new earphones, I'm listening to music. Then my mom called me, she's like, where are you? And then I was telling her, and then she's like, okay, just make sure that you're in a safe place and whatnot, because that neighborhood tends to get scary sometimes. I'm like, oh, okay, it's chilled. Like buses are coming, they're stopping and whatnot. But then like the thing is, the buses were like coming from like Queens going to what do they call that place? I've forgotten. Manyowe. Yes, they were coming from Queens going to Manyowe. So like, Commander, the thing, the buses are going to like far away places. Plus, like the Uber driver that Faith called for me said, Johnny, he's almost here. So she's like, okay, chill. So like, she'd call me like every like 5 minutes, like just to make sure that I'm safe. And then I'm like, hey mom, don't worry, I'm fine. So I'm sitting playing on my phone, and then I feel a presence hovering behind me. So I'm like, I turn around, and there's this guy standing behind me. I was like, oh, mwasala bwanji, upepani gatinda kalapa malo pakwanu, because I thought he was the owner of the house. Basically, I was apologizing for sitting by this guy's house. And then I'm telling I'm just waiting for someone to come. I don't know why I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna be putting like the translation down there. I'm like, and the guy's like, oh, palibe vuto ndimangodabwa kuti usiku ngati uno nsikana akutani panja eka mwakuti chabwino ine ndungopita pa grocery apopo. I was like, okay, fine. Basically, he was telling me that he was just going to the grocery across the street. So I was like, okay, cool. I sat, and I had the parcel in my hand, mind you. So I sat, and then this guy I think he crossed the road. I saw him crossing the road. Then he, I think, crossed it back like at a further point. I couldn't see him. Then he walked, and then he managed to get behind me again. But then this time around, it was like he was hiding behind a bush or something. I'm sitting, I'm chilling. And then all of a sudden, this guy, like, he pushed my head to the side, and then he just snatched my phone out of my hand. Guys, I dropped the hair parcel, I dropped my bag, and the funny thing is I had carried my passport as well that day because I had to go and open a bank account at National Bank. So I'd carried my passport, I'd carried my Malawian national ID card, and I had the hair, which was worth like about 585,000 kwacha. Guys, I dropped everything and I started chasing this guy. And I think I was pretty fast actually. So I'm running, I'm chasing after this guy, I'm screaming, Waguba, 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 Waguba. Do you know what this nigga started doing? He also started screaming Waguba, and I'm like, what the hell, nigga? Like, are you serious right now? So I'm screaming, I'm chasing him. And at first, boy, just looking at me like, then like eventually people like the commotion started getting on, then people started chasing him, and this guy could run. But I was like so close to catching him, and then he jumped over some fence, and I was just like, it's the end, Basi, this is just over. And I just stood there just looking, and everyone was just looking at me like, oh my goodness, like, so what are you going to do? And mind you, I'm still waiting for the Ecoride driver to come and pick me up, and now I don't have my phone. I have lost my bag, I have lost the hair, and this guy's taken my phone. And my head was going crazy. So I started crying because like I'd never been through something like that, and it's a traumatic experience for anybody. I'd never been through something like that. And then I started walking back. So now it's like eventually as I was walking back to where I was, it's like things now started clicking that, oh my goodness, your bag, your passport, your IDs, the hair. Now I'm just like, oh snap, I'm in trouble. So I'm walking. Then I started picking up my pace because I think I needed to run to get some of the energy out, because it's like, I don't know if it's adrenaline or whatever it is, but I was angry, I was sad, like I had all these emotions running through. So I started like running towards where I thought I had dropped the things. So I quickened my pace. Luckily, I found my bag intact. All my money, my passport, my IDs, they were intact. I was like, okay, hallelujah. Because if I had lost this, my mother was going to kill me. And it was like, as I said, it was 2 weeks before I got to school. So now she started processing a passport in Malawi 2 weeks before you go. They're just going to be like, my friend, you have jokes. And then after that, now, I'm now like, where's the hair? Snap. I couldn't find the hair anyway, guys. I started looking around, and I'm crying, and I'm frantic. And, guys, so many things were going through my mind, and I was scared. I was shivering. And then I met these other guys. They had just gotten down from a bus. So there were 2 guys, and then there were 2 ladies, and then they were asking me, they're like, oh, hi, are you fine? And I was scared, so I didn't know who to trust. And then I was like, yeah, I'm fine. They're like, can we call anyone to help you and whatnot? And then I was like, oh, like I was skeptical, but then I really needed to get in touch with someone. So like, yes, please. And then I called my mom, and then I explained to her. And then she's like, I'll come get you. And then I was like, oh, I think my Ecoride is almost here, so that's just going to be a waste and whatnot. So she's like, okay, fine. She's like, whose phone are you using? And then I explained that there were like some good Samaritans. Guys, you know, I've really like met good Samaritans in this lifetime of mine. They let me call my sister, and then my sister sent them the Ecoride's number, and then we called him, and he was literally 2 minutes away, guys. And then I was like, I lost my parcel. I had a parcel I can't find, and then we started looking. It had fallen in what's Engalande? I don't know what Engalande is, but yes, it had fallen in Engalande. Luckily, like everything was really, really wrapped, so the hair didn't get damaged and whatnot. So I found the hair. I got home, like the Ecoride got there. Those guys waited for me until my Ecoride got there. I got in the car, and then my sister called me again using the Ecoride driver's phone number, and then she's like, oh no, it's going to be fine and whatnot. Come on, guys. I got home and I was just crying. Like my voice even like went hoarse. My voice went hoarse, if I can call it that. I don't know what exact word to use. My voice went hoarse. Like I took a shower, I had tea because I couldn't stomach anything, and I slept in my mom's room that day. Come on, guys, I was shivering the whole night. Like I had nightmares for 3 months straight. Like, yeah, I know some of you are like, no, what, but then like, after that experience, I now sat down and I thought about how grateful I am, because first of all, he just took my phone. I managed to recover my thingy. I managed to recover my passport, my money, my bag, the hair, and whatnot. And most importantly, I wasn't hurt. Like, yes, I had a few scratches. Of course, now like the marks have disappeared, but I had a few scratches on my face and on my arm. But then we thank God, guys. God is good all the time, and like I am a testimony of His goodness. So now I think about it and I even laugh, and I'm like, wait, like really? But anyway, that was the end of my Android life. Now I'm all about iOS. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Please like, share, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Have a lovely Friday. Mwah. Stay safe. COVID-19 is real. Yes, I'm still on that tip, but yes. Okay, bye now.